What you waiting for? It's time. Time for love. It's time. Time for the sun and sand. It's time. Time for fun. It's time. It's time. It's time to let your hair down. Come on. Come on. Come on. To have no fear. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's time. What you waiting for? It's time. 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 What you waiting for?
Boom, boom. It is that time again. Welcome to another edition of the Merv Britto Show. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time Sunday evening where we broadcast a live episode of the show every week. And as we always do, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot of interesting things that are happening right here in our own backyard, this beloved sacred place that we call home. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Merv Britto, and broadcasting live from Goa is the Merv Britto Show. And as we always do, we're going to say thank you to all the people involved that make this happen, starting with Mr. Wilbert Cardozo.
Hi guys, hope you're doing it. Having a good weekend.
Weekend is almost done. Willie, I hope you're having a great weekend.
Yes, I am.
Having a brilliant Sunday.
Yes, so far so good. I have 2 weddings lined up this week.
Dude, you've got to be the person who visits the most.
Is he the wedding crasher? That's what I.
Maybe he's crashing.
Definitely not me.
Sitting at the console with the big fellow is another big fellow called Ajoy Britto.
Boom, boom, shake the room, baby.
Tick, tick, tick. Boom. Speaking of big fellas, we actually had a birthday of the big fella, yes? The biggest of the big. Mr. Tony. You want to... hello?
Happy birthday, Captain Britto.
Oh, happy birthday, Ajoy's dad.
Yes.
His name is Tony.
May you be sailing for a long time to come, and may you not... drive us insane, but still, we love you. We love
Drive you all insane. Y'all have probably driven him insane. Listen, Mr. Barretto, Mr. Tony Barretto, one of my favorite people. He is an absolute gentleman. He's a legend. Very happy. But when was his birthday, by the way?
It's on the 13th.
It's on the 13th. It was on the 13th.
It was on the 13th. Yes.
A very happy birthday. We didn't wish you last week, but all the very best. God bless, and many, many more. We don't have the funny faces in the studio today. Poor Neil is under the weather, and thank God I don't have the Darth Vader sitting next to me today. I don't know where he is. We do have another gentleman in the studio, Mr. Kirsten Ribeiro, S.A. Sa, what does that mean? Dista. Dista. Kirsten is sitting in the studio. He's helping us out with a lot of the stuff that we do to make this happen. Thank you, Kirsten. And last, but definitely not the least, the wordsmith. And she was the sandwich queen today, baby.
Yeah.
The one and only Mrs. Joanne Britto.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a great weekend wherever you are in the world. Great to be back.
We haven't gone anywhere.
We haven't. I'm saying it's great for us to be back. Well, I hope it is for everyone else, but it's great for us to be back sitting on the sofa and in the big chairs and entertaining people, we hope.
Hopefully entertaining people. Ladies and gentlemen, we do this show every week and we love what we do. People ask me, I meet people all the time, and you're very kind. I appreciate the kind words, and all of you that do watch the show. I hope you're enjoying what we do. If you like the show, I'm going to put a couple social media... what are they called? Platforms on the screen right now. Okay. Wherever you get your social media. Where do you get it?
You will be able to find the Merv Britto Show.
It's very simple, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Just search the Merv Britto, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere you get your social media. And if you want to know more about the show, watch a previous episode, or know more about us in the studio that have made this all happen and put this together, go to our website, www.themervbrittoshow.com. We'd love to hear from you. We get a lot of comments and messages, and we're going to read more of them out for you today.
Yeah, the gram is very popular also for us, isn't it?
Yeah. There are a lot of people that say that they love what we're doing, and I appreciate it. We do this once again. We don't take ourselves seriously. We have the opportunity to do something good because of the place that we live in. People come to Goa from all around the world. And luckily for us, our families, our histories right here, we know how beautiful, what a great place this used to be. And it is. And sadly, it's going the wrong way.
It's
So the
like that.
Yeah. So the whole, what is it? The whole motto, the whole reason for doing the show,
Modus operandi.
modus operandi, is basically to make people aware of what's going on right now, what continues to go on, good or bad, and have people get involved. We are definitely an interactive show. So like I said, social media, you can get in touch with us, 7507-246-246. That's our WhatsApp number. Thanks, Willie. I know the number, 7507-246-246, all our social media handles. It is an interactive show. Whatever we talk about, it's more to make people aware of what actually is going on. Get in touch with us, like what we do, subscribe, share, tell people about it. We're going to be talking about some very, very interesting topical topics that have happened this week.
Yep. Also, the Assembly has been sitting here in Goa this week, so it's been very, very busy. Lots of announcements have been made. So we'll be touching on a lot of the topics that have been brought up at the Assembly this week. Plus, we're going to be talking about the Unity Mall. Also, Judge Rebello, his campaign is picking up a pace, so we're going to be talking about that.
Whatever happened about Justice Rebello? We heard about it when he introduced himself, and they had a meeting. They had a bunch of people got together, some very influential people that genuinely care about this place, and we wished him the very best. Anything happened, Ajoy?
Well, he's been pushing this cause, very important cause, and has been having a lot of meetings around Goa.
Yeah, they went south this week, didn't they?
Yes, so we'll come to that.
We're going to get to that. Well, you mentioned about the Unity Mall. Somebody messaged me. I think Omkar messaged me. There's a hunger strike going on. What the hell is going on with Unity Mall? Anybody knows? I know that, as always, the government is trying to take over or build or do something that the locals and the residents don't want to happen. And that's why we have local politicians, politics, panchayats, bodies that basically try to govern what happens in their own localities, no?
Yeah, so I believe that today a lot of the locals are actually calling for people to come out in large numbers by the Kadamba Highway site. And they're calling for a 21-day hunger strike, actually.
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
I can't go 24 hours without eating something.
20 minutes.
Thanks, Joe. This is happening in Chimbel. The Chimbel villagers turned the heat on Unity Mall backers. Punch member, how the hell, Garod. After pro Unity Mall video, police escort him to safety. Why are they escorting him to safety? Is he with?
So you remember we had the panchayat elections recently, right?
Those are ZP elections.
So the panchayat elections are, the Zilla Panchayat, I guess it's all part of the panchayat elections. So like I said, like we've discussed in the past, the panchayat elections are primarily the ground level access that locals have in villages to determine what kind of development happens around them.
Local governance.
And the punch members are supposed to basically follow up on the majority decision of the village in that area.
Absolutely.
Right? So I think in this case, while the locals, while the village people of Chimbel don't want this mall, for fear of the fact that they feel that it would spoil or destroy the ecology.
Yeah.
And especially they have a lake there called Toria Lake, which apparently is a source of water for that area, and maybe even Panjim, from what I understand. So,
and also a natural flood buffer, apparently, from what I've read.
Yes. So they've been fighting against, I think there was other plans for this area. And they've gone through different iterations of different kinds of development.
So he's for the mall and they're against it. But in a democratic society, like you said, Ajoy, these people have voted the punch members into power.
Yes.
They're supposed to be members from different parts of the village that get put together to make the panchayat, and you have one person out of the group that becomes a sarpanch. But that's what democracy is all about. You vote for what you feel that the best person, best qualified person who's going to represent you in the panchayat, right? If the locals don't want it, why the hell is it happening going another way? Is somebody being paid? Is there some other what's the word? Is something sinister happening in the village?
Like they say in India, dal mein kuch kala hai.
हाँ, दाल में कुछ
Kala hai.
काला है, दाल में कुछ निकाल दो ना.
So that's the problem. In fact, what we're seeing here in Chimbel is symptomatic of the rest of the state, wherein people don't want it, but developments and what have you are shoved down people's throats.
Why should that happen? What is this about? Why have you put the spin on the screen? There's actual people behind a statue?
Yes. So I think that's actually a person who's dressed that way.
That was the protest last week. That was
Yes.
Got the cops
yeah,
involved.
because we were looking at
But
this.
this is
topic last
a
week.
protest recently.
Can I ask you? I heard something, and I don't know if it's true or not, and I'm not going to either way. Did they have jammers here, supposedly not to allow people to broadcast?
Yes, apparently there were jammers, which is shocking for
In Goa.
This is a jammer. This is a jammer, by the way. Can you see it?
So this is a vehicle. Can you rewind? I want to see the license plate. GA07G2533. This is not Iran. Are you kidding me? You've got a jammer over here so that people can't broadcast?
I believe that the true test of a democracy is your ability to protest peacefully.
I've never seen this, dude.
And the fact that they brought jammers here is shocking to me because this is against democratic principles. Everybody has a right to protest peacefully. They should not be blocking public roads, in my opinion.
Is this the same protest, Ajoy? This is Chimbel?
Yeah, this was a few days ago.
Yes, this exact same.
I don't believe this.
That looks like a luggage rack on the top of the car.
Yeah, this is not in Chimbel actually. This is the junction, the junction where the road splits from Bonda.
Who's this dude?
On the highway.
You may be a reporter.
Bambalim.
But Willie, this is the same demonstration, right?
Yes.
What?
So they interviewed her.
She's a senior
DGI.
police officer. What she said?
DIG, I should say.
Working.
And she's trying to lie about it?
Madam, please show your mobile. Madam, please show your mobile.
So basically, the media is asking her, we are not able to broadcast live. Why have you jammed your signal? And she's denying it.
That's you know what, that is wrong on so many different levels. This police officer Varsha Sharma, she's got the responsibility of managing all these police behind. Listen, at the end of the day, if you're going to put a jammer there, people are not stupid. This is the 21st century. If there's no jammer, why are your phones not working? If there is a jammer there, why the flippin' nor do you need a jammer? Are you doing something illegal? So if these people are protesting and the news media is there, you shouldn't be afraid to hire. Listen, she's only doing her job, but don't lie about it.
I don't think this is part of the job. If you're using a jammer, I think there should be some kind of paper trail to see why you've used the jammer.
No, but be transparent, right?
Yes.
If you are using a jammer, there's got to be a reason you're using it. Who allowed the jammer to be enforced? Who allowed the jammer to be deployed, used at this protest? Why do we need a jammer at the protest?
Yeah, there could be a genuine reason. But
that's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with a jammer. There's nothing wrong with a jammer.
But you have to say so, and you cannot be denied. You cannot be tight-lipped and you dumbfounded when they asked pertinent questions as to why the jammer is used, especially when it comes to the media. Right?
You know what? Can I tell you what pisses me off?
Yeah.
These cops are so heavy-handed. They've got a tough job. I'm not anti-police. Can I tell you, I've been to a couple of demonstrations and all. They've got a very difficult job. And they're very, very heavy-handed. They don't even listen to you, yeah? These media guys are not stupid. People in general are not stupid. If your telephone magically stops working when this car appears, it's a fucking jammer. So don't bullshit. Don't pussyfoot and beat around the bush. At least have the guts to say, yes, we've deployed it for whatever the reason is, if it's being deployed.
But also it's good that there's a lot of people that are mobilized as well. I think it's brilliant because, ironically, it's called Unity Mile. And, it couldn't be any further from the truth, it seems like. Yeah. And apparently, though, there was a bit of a victory this week because the construction license was quashed by a judge on Wednesday. So, but I believe, I think that people are not kind of letting up the momentum though, because just in case, you just never know when things could be turned around and go in the opposite direction.
So basically, this is the
how beautiful is this? Is this the lake?
This is the Toria Lake, as they call it. This user says that the Toria Lake is a water reservoir that sustains an agrarian community the foothills and the forests around. It is our water security. Many children and parents have spent time here learning about ecology, biodiversity, water systems. And the Unity Mall is for who? So the question is,
But here again, I'm saying you want to shit on something that's so beautiful, natural, and that the majority of the residents, if the majority of the residents decided that they want to have a mall, build a goddamn mall.
Yeah.
But if the majority of the people living there, has to be, this is a democratic system. If the majority of people do not want a mall, who's being paid to override and destroy this beautiful natural resource that's been around? Do you need another mall?
I was going to say, why do you need one there? Because there's one in Pato Plaza, which is just like strides away.
Exactly.
It's not
DLF
that
Mall
far
is
away.
massive, but why do okay, I can understand that people want it there, and if you're following the rules and you've been given the right permissions by the right people and the majority and the public is okay, you're always going to have detractors and people that don't agree.
Yeah.
Fine, but if the majority of people want it there, let it be there, right? But why do we? This is Goa.
But also additionally over and above that, because of the ecology and because it's a natural flood barrier, apparently, they're saying that if the water levels were rising, Panjim could get flooded as well. So, I mean, it's the scary point about, once you've changed the ecosystem, once you've kind of cut down all of the trees and, everything in the forest or locally, everything there, then you can't, you're not going to grab it back in a matter of months or a few years.
You'll never get it back.
You can't, exactly.
And that's what we do the show for. I've got to say, I don't give a shit about a mall, whether I've been in the best and biggest of malls all around the world. I've been there, done that. The reason I moved back to this place and I choose to live here in Goa is because Goa to me has a charm you don't have. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to brag. I've lived everywhere around the world, many, many countries. But I choose to be here because I feel right at home. I am, what's the phrase? You can be a third world citizen in a first world country.
Yep.
I'm a first world citizen in a third world country, and I love this place. I love being here. I'm willing to put up with the BS. And if you guys, the young generation, if the people, the politicians, and the people responsible are not going to step up and do the will of the people, what are you going to have left to fight for?
Merv, what is development in India?
That's sad, Ajoy.
You know what? Development, according to Indians or India, from my perspective as an Indian, is you build a mall. I'm going to say, come on, man. You don't have any culture that you can celebrate. You have to really build a mall which has those small carts for little children to go around.
Move to Mumbai.
Take your children to the damn lake.
Move to Bangalore. Move to Delhi. Move to flipping
That's so
America.
stupid. I have to pull my hair out if I have any left to understand this ideology of building malls and calling it development.
I know, but the point is, yes, it's all well and good. Obviously, there's only currently one mall in Panjim. They're
Sweetie, you got Kakula Mall. You're going to have the biggest. You could put Kakula Mall into DLF Mall. That's how big the new mall's coming up in Pato, right? So if you need another, listen, why do people come to go shopping in the mall?
No.
Okay. Why, if the majority of the people don't want the mall there, why is it being allowed to be built? Number one. Number two is you are not trying to change this place. You've moved here because you love the way the place currently is, right?
Of course.
We're all agreeing on that, right?
Yeah.
In agreement, right?
But this is a couple of kilometers away from the DLF mall that's coming up. So I don't understand why you need two huge constructions in, just a very short
That's sad, dude.
space.
You know-
a very small space. It's ridiculous.
And if you look at the mall industry, say in any places like the United States, it's dying. There are a lot of malls closing up in the United States because they're not even doing any business there.
Baba, everybody wants something new and shiny. In the States, the mall business is going down the
Exactly.
shitter. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You're killing the mom and pop stores.
Absolutely.
The people that we have in Goa fresh vegetables, bhaji, that we buy from these people that grow them in the field. Rice, agriculture, fresh.
Yes.
I'm not saying what's the word? Not where they don't use any
Organic.
chemicals. Not
Organic.
even, forget about organic. Even naturally grown. You're killing the mom and pop industry by these big conglomerates. Amazon, Swiggy, all these goddamn commercial endeavors are killing the local mom and pop shops, the people that grew stuff in the fields. Nobody wants to do that hard work. Right? And the mall culture, what does that do for a place? Is that going to, you want the mall culture moved to you got a call?
Sure.
No. We're not taking any call. You want to take a call right now?
They may be coming in 5 minutes. I'll
That's
take
fine.
that.
Whatever. I don't care. Listen, all I'm saying to you, Joanne, why did you come to Goa? Why do we live in Goa? Why are we so passionate and choose to be here? It's because of the charm of the place, the natural resources and the beauty, right?
Yes, of course.
Is a mall going to enhance that?
Not at all. I just feel it's, because you can get everything online. I just feel that people have that instant gratification that everybody seems to be looking for, because there's that Blinkit. People are even, just wanting to order things that can come within 10 minutes. And I just feel, God knows what it's doing to the environment. Obviously all of the additional pollution. I don't think all of these Blinkit guys and whatever are coming on electric bikes and things like that. So,
No, they're riding bikes. They're on motorcycles.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Obviously there's all of that pollution that's going into the system, into the environment. I just find it really concerning that it's that instant gratification that everybody's looking for. But even with all of these malls, a lot of them are completely overpriced in terms of a lot of the products and stuff. I kind of just question,
Joanne.
how many more are needed, and especially when in.
Yeah, but then why did you come to Goa? Because you want to go to a mall?
No, of course
So
not.
can I say this, and I've said this 100 times, we need to make the political system better here in Goa. We talk about this every week, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like beating a drum. It's like beating a dead horse. So we've spoken about how to get the younger generation. Ask the younger generation. There's two sides to the younger generation, by the way. Ask the younger generation if they knew how to plow a field.
Yeah.
Give them a cassette tape and say, you know how this works. Give them a dia and say, you know how to light this. I'm just telling you, we've lost that generation of hardworking. Our ancestors that plowed the field use what is it, bailgadi? I'm talking that, bullock cart. Bailgadi, no.
Yeah.
How did we dig the fields and plant the seeds and your rice and your paddy and your fresh vegetables? Where did that come from? From Swiggy? From you can't even fix your goddamn Mapsa Mall market building. Your Panjim, I've been to Panjim. What is it? Your market.
Yeah.
Look at the shape that building is in. Everybody wants new and shiny. Take care of the goddamn place you have.
Yeah.
Don't build new.
Don't let everything fall apart.
But everybody wants some, oh my God, new and shiny like Bangalore. When I went to Bangalore, when I went to Bombay, when I went to Delhi, mate, this is not Bangalore, Bombay, or Delhi. This is Goa. Number one, get the youth. There's so many more people that want to be involved and keep this beautiful place. You want to win an election?
All right.
Get the next generation involved. Make them understand the mall is absolutely, people are talking about, I need to go to the gym. I need to eat healthy. I need to exercise. This is where it starts.
Yeah.
No, you've got, and my hats off go to the people that are willing to fight for this and go on a hunger strike. That's what we started the story. We've gone full circle.
But you've also got to have a thriving economy and people in employment to be able to afford to buy the things in some of these places also.
You're building a mall where people are probably not going to go there. The people who stay there. What is the benefit to the people of Chimbel? They have their environment destroyed, their lake gone or whatever.
A beautiful lake, dude.
Listen. And by the way, we don't even know the details. I don't know if it's going to be next to the mall or next to the lake or near it or whatever. But the people don't want it, right?
Yeah.
So
No,
why
but
are you
it's the
forcing
majority.
it down their throat?
Ajoy, it's a democratic society. Why are you having jammers at demonstrations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the majority of the people don't want it, why is it being built?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
But
you're not
even-
going to you'll never appease, you'll never make everybody happy, but at the end of the day, it's majority rules.
But the thing is, these kind of things are happening all over the world. I actually had seen a news report in the UK where, there's these huge warehouses because everybody is buying stuff online and also to kind of support that instant economy. Yeah, this beautiful place in the UK, all of a sudden they've got this huge warehouse looming over the top of their houses at the bottom of their backyards. And, these kinds of things, it kind of put me in mind of what's going on in Chimbel.
We're going to move on. We're going to talk more about this. and my hats off, my thoughts, prayers, and I wish them all Justice. Rebello, get in there. But all these people that are going on a hunger strike and they're absolutely believe in this cause and they're willing to put their necks on the line.
Yeah.
My hats off. I salute these kind of people and I wish them all the very best.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say one last thing. I grew up in I'm an old fuddy duddy, I'm an old fart. I'm 55 years old. But I remember one of the things that made me the most excited to come to Goa when I used to come from anywhere around the world. You would come from the airport or from Mapsa, and you'd come down these long, lovely, skinny roads lined with coconut trees. Do you remember that fields on both sides?
Yep.
Those streets are gone, mate. You've got sidewalks. Yes?
Yep.
You want to be like the big city? Move to a goddamn big city. Don't change my
NIMBY,
dream.
not in my backyard.
My
NIMBY,
backyard?
not in my backyard.
But that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. By the way, you've got political affiliate, like you've got political movements. You've got the BJP, you've got Congress, you've got you've got all these people. You've got the local government authorities that should be sitting up and taking notice. Because if people are being, what is it like? Oh, they've been overrun. They've been you just bulldoze them and just do what you please. Then something's not adding up.
Riding roughshod over them.
Yes.
So these are last week that lady corrected us because we were talking about Goa Abhiyan, right?
Yes, that's right.
Where are the politicians that are supposed to stand with your voters and support your voters and get basically their will to be the will of the people
To be executed.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think that is ultimately the bottom line. It's actually the people that live here, the people that love here, want to know that their interests are actually being taken into consideration. And unfortunately,
Correct.
it just doesn't feel like that. And it feels like that, there's a tidal wave against people that want all of the real positive things, in an ongoing fashion. It just feels like the tide is going in the wrong direction. And I know that it was National Youth Day on Monday.
When was it?
It was on Monday, on the 12th of January.
Happy belated National Youth Day.
Yeah, and so, it's basically saying enough is enough, which is Justice Rebello's chant. And they're essentially saying that the youth need to now be saying enough is enough to get them engaged, to get their, more momentum, and for there to be like an ongoing support for the positive development of Goa, so that it just doesn't go too far.
That's the only way, right? That's the only way. That's the only way you can make progress, positive progress, is to get involved. Don't stand on the sidelines. Don't complain, bitch, and whine that things are a mess and blah. You're letting it happen, right? And it's the brave people that are willing to get in there, like this guy, Justice. You know what? He's in his 70s, right? You said last time?
Yeah.
But you've got people like, who's the lady that called you last week?
Yeah, so basically last week we had highlighted Justice Rebello's endeavor to, push for change in Goa, true change that benefits Goans, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had, said that, we had such movements in the past, such as the Goa Bachao Andolan. And I remembered that, it was a huge movement that led to results. And I was correct on this, definitely led to results. But there was no finality. We are still dealing with the same issue. So, in response to what we had discussed, a very well-known activist by the name of Sabina Martins.
Yeah. So she had a leading role, because I think it was 2006 that this.
You're cutting it off. I can't see it on the screen. Of course,
So basically, she was part of the Goa Bachao Andolan. I think
what's her name?
Sabina Martins, and she had messaged us. I'm presuming this is Sabina Martins, right? So
read it. It's a long thing, but basically it's saying the Goa Bachao Abhiyan has been consistently taking the issue forward. GBA has challenged the amendment 16B 17-2 blah blah. The Court Supreme Regulation Panel with a challenge in the High Courts. There is a stay now. So they did make progress.
The regional plan of 2011
because of these guys, right?
Yeah.
But you need people like whoever the Sabina Martins is. She is a top-notch, maybe an activist, a person of I remember this is GBA was Oscar Rebello and all these guys, right? These are people that are willing to come forward and put their necks on the line because they believe in a cause. Right? So if this is the case, what's going on right now? Would you rather have multiple people, multiple parties, multiple pockets of people actually coming forward and doing something, or everybody sitting back? It can't be. There's got to be some kind of leadership. There's got to be some kind of unity, because if you're fractured, divided you false, united we stand kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
See, again, I'm not trying to derail what Sabina Martins and Goa Bachao Abhiyan did. They did a lot, but was the job finished? No, because
we're far from it.
Like the regional plan is still an issue today, right? It's not been finalized. We don't have a new regional plan, and that's not because of the Goa Bachao Abhiyan. It's because of lack of political will. And I think it's actually deliberate lack of political will.
Yeah, but it's sickening because
So that's what I'm saying. These movements have to add pressure. It cannot be just stopped, or it cannot lessen. It has to be pushed to the hilt to get these guys to act for Goa. That's what I was trying to emphasize on.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to ding anybody.
Listen. He got checked last week. Sabina told him off last week, and he's not happy about it. Bubba, we're on the same page. You, Sabina, and me, Joanne, we're on the same. The show, the Merv Britto show's on the same page. At the end of the day, at least you've got people that are willing to put their necks and do something about the change. Yes, the fact of the matter remains that why are people not helping out? Why are people not supporting? Why are people standing on the sidelines?
Yeah,
Why?
I think
What
it's
is
about
beeping?
being
someone's trying to call us.
less rhetoric and actually
No, but
action.
get your ass off the couch. You want another mall? Do you want to lose another? You want to lose another natural? You can't,
Well,
Bria.
I think we have a call.
Take a call.
Yeah.
Who's it?
I don't know.
Another natural resource that you will never be able to bring back.
Correct.
You can't you can't just create a fake lake again.
Well,
Somebody on?
Absolutely.
Yeah, somebody on the
Hello.
line.
Hi.
Good evening. Hi, who am I speaking with?
Shashank here, Shashank Narvekar.
Hi,
from
Shashank.
Mapsa.
From Mapsa.
How are you?
Very well,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Thank you for calling in. You've got an opinion, you've got a view about what we're talking about?
Yes, I do, of course. I think what's going on is ridiculous. Government should be listening to all of us. Whatever is happening on the streets is dismal. It's kind of sad to see that all these ladies doing the fuguri out there to get the attention of the elected representatives is being looked at as entertainment by the government. It's not entertainment. That's the only way that they're trying to get the attention of the government.
Shashank,
And unfortunately,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. You live in Mapsa, right?
Yes, I do.
Are you? We do this show. Have you watched the show? Have you listened to? Basically, the reason we do the show is because we have a platform. We're able to vent. We're able to have conversations and discussions and talk about things, and many people out there can listen and get involved. Are you by any chance affiliated with any of the stuff that's happening? For example, in Mapsa, are you part of the localized council system? Anything?
Yes, I am. I am an elected representative. I'm a councillor of Ward number 5 of the Mapsa municipality. And I'm going to complete my term in about 2 more months. So it's been about 5 years that I've been working with the local self-government. And I've seen this apathy towards the giving of attention to, the demands that people have for wanting to do these kinds of changes. And things are just being ignored and pushed under the carpet all the time. I've seen this over the last 5 years. I've seen it over the last 10 years. I've had a successful career as a lawyer before. I've been practicing as a lawyer for the last 20 years. I've left my work as a lawyer from Panjim. I started my practice in Mapsa and took this up because it was something that I wanted to do. My family has been in politics, of course, but it's not something that everyone is encouraged now to do, because if you are in politics, you're treated a certain way. Everybody thinks that you're corrupt. Everybody thinks that you are doing only the negative things. There's so much stigma attached to it. But, I'm doing whatever I
I take my hat off to people like you that actually want to get involved. You're an advocate, you're an attorney, you're a lawyer that is basically given up your profession to basically serve the public. And
I haven't given it up. I do practice.
Yeah.
I'm continuing my practice, because if I stop my practice, then I'll have to look for the so-called 3% that every other elected person looks for from government contracts.
I've got so many questions. I'd love, it is important. We're talking about this mall in Chimbel. We're talking about politics. We're talking about the public and democracies. We've got so many questions as to why, if people are electing public officials, why aren't the public officials, whether it's panchayat level, whether it's government level?
Sorry, I lost it. Just 1 second. I think there's... Hello?
Yeah. My question is, if in a democratic society, if we are electing these public officials to basically serve out and do what the public wishes, these situations that are happening, for example, right now in Chimbel, with them building a mall, with the development that's happening all throughout Goa, why are the public officials from the panchayat level, your local government official, your MLAs, the people that are there to carry out the government government servants. Why are they not fulfilling the will of the people? Why is it basically a system where they're not listening to the public opinion?
It's actually really simple. This is not the case only in Goa. This is a pattern that we've seen over the last maybe 6 or 7 years all over India, where there are huge projects being taken up in eco-sensitive areas, which the local people, initially, because we have a lot of backward people belonging to all these backward castes, like there's these SC communities, there are the SC communities, who don't understand the sort of large impact of what is going to be happening, don't initially realize the impact of what these big projects are going to have on their livelihood, on the environment, and on the entire ecosystem of how they work.
That's the problem.
But eventually now I think people are waking up to the idea of what is happening, and that's why there's this movement against big projects which are coming up. But the local self-government and the local elected people, I think their pockets are heavy, so they are not acting in favor of what they're actually supposed to be doing. That's the reason why we've seen.
I'm going to ask you. I agree with you to a degree. It's very difficult to have this conversation on the telephone. Shashank, we've got so many examples of decades and decades of change to this beautiful place, and it's not necessarily for the betterment of the people or the betterment of the place. It is only a few people that continue to get richer and develop, quote unquote, develop the place that they think. Their personal opinions or they think is taking this beautiful place forward, and it's not the case. And in the meantime, we're losing so much of the beauty, the natural resources. We've got so many smart people that are scared to get involved because a few people that are career politicians have been doing this for so long. I would love to interview. We've always wanted to interview a politician. It's kind of it's a slippery slope to have
the dark arts.
The dark arts. And we're not affiliated in any way with BJP, with Congress, with any political affiliation. But I would love to have a candid interview with you and ask you the tough questions rather than do this over the telephone, because there's a little bit of a delay and there's an echo and all these kind of things. Would you be open to coming on the show? I want to be able to look at you.
Of course. I think people need to understand that everybody is not the same. We can't be all put in the same mold. I am affiliated with a political party. I am a part of the Indian National Congress. I have been working with them. Of course, when I'm on your show, I'm going to be completely, I'm going to speak my mind. And I'd love to come and speak. I need people who are younger to understand that everybody is not the same, and that there are people who are doing whatever they need to do. So I love that. Thank you, Merv. I really appreciate you asking me that.
That's ballsy. That takes courage. At the end of the day, I salute people that are willing to step forward. They're not afraid. Listen, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have no reason to be afraid, right?
Exactly.
If somebody's willing to come, if you're willing to come on the show, we're going to ask you the hard questions. But I love the fact that you mentioned young people. Shashank,
I want you to ask the hard question. There's nothing wrong in that.
Ajoy, get his details. Shashank, I'm going to say thank you once again. We will definitely have you on the show. We'll schedule in advance. Ajoy's going to take your details. Thank you for calling in, yes?
Sure. Thank you.
My pleasure.
So much.
Thank you, my
all
friend.
All the best.
Cheers. It's nice, Joanne. It's nice. Ajoy, it's nice that get his details. Yeah, this seems to be an interesting person. Yeah. It's actually nice to have somebody that's willing to be put in the limelight. They're not afraid. There's nothing in the closet to hide.
Yeah.
We've spoken about this, by the way, about young people getting involved. You mentioned young people.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're so sick and tired of status quo where you have these guys that stand for election. They're career politicians.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I was reading an article, and I think it was around National Youth Day. It's essentially saying that youth is already described as people in their 40s who are in politics. That's described as youth, because there's like many people that are in politics that you say are career politicians and have been in their jobs for years on end. So if you're in your 40s,
What's this? This is
youth.
What is this, Joe?
Yeah, this is it. This is the article. And they're basically saying that the 18 to 39-year-olds are completely underrepresented.
I love this. The youth during the thinking meeting held at the Institute Piedad Hall in Panjim. This is exactly what we are talking about.
Yeah.
This is the young people, right? This is the next generation of politicians, of advocates, of freedom fighters, that guy's not very young, by the way, on the right. Now he's got gray hair. Sorry,
He could have been
I'm
a
kidding. I'm messing.
facilitator.
There's girls and boys, there's young men and women that are in this picture, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish nothing more than if you're going to make the change, be the change you want to see. JFK said that.
Yeah, and also
Don't ask what your
go on.
Don't ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Absolutely.
No, sorry, that was Martin Luther King that said, "Be the change you." Who said, "Be the change you want to see"?
No, that was Gandhi, wasn't
Mahatma
it?
Gandhi.
What's wrong with you?
I'm confused. I love this picture. I love all of you guys in this picture. At the end of the day, that's exactly what you need.
They had double the turnout that they were expecting for this particular meeting, which is fantastic. So it was quite an interactive session that they actually had. And I believe that, they're just essentially saying, we want to be more involved. We want to be more, people to engage with us more and listen to us, because they feel that they're being ignored and not listened to. And you remember we were talking earlier, Joanna Perez was talking about the circle wallers.
Yeah.
That they
the circle
had.
wallers is part of this?
No.
What is the circle wallers? I remember her talking about
Basically, it's a bit of an organisation that they've got where they get people to sit round in a circle and talk openly, and it's less confrontational. It just feels like it's more of a participatory conversation. And I believe that they've had that a lot with a lot of youth, and they're saying they feel like they're listened to.
But that's what you want. You want people to feel like they're being heard, no?
Yeah.
CM extends greetings to youth on Youth Day.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, but I hope it's just not lip service. If these people are coming together, this is your next generation. You need to get involved. Stop your goddamn whining, you bunch of snowflakes. I salute the people in this picture that actually took the time out of their busy schedules to get involved. Can I give you three? So go on, Joy, sorry.
I was going to say, I just thought of a wise saying.
A wise saying.
You can be the judge of it. So the future is what you call created by the youth, or it'll be stagnated by the old people. I'm telling you, the youth are going to shape the future, and I'm speaking as somebody who had youth at one point in time.
You ain't youth no more, my friend.
And I failed, in my duty. I don't think we were very politically savvy. We never knew. I don't make excuses, but I don't think we were tuned to the consequences of our inaction. So now I think the youth are more connected. They are aware. They understand that, the past is not making anything great for them for the future. And if you allow these old farts to determine your future, trust me.
But you see what happened with Brexit in the UK. I mean, the youth are absolutely bouncing. A lot of the youth are absolutely bouncing about that because, the way that the UK came out of the European Union.
Were you misled? Do you feel like y'all were misled?
They were very much
why don't you
misled.
get your asses off the couch, get your goddamn phone, put your phones down, and get involved? Brexit is a good example of it was more being misled, Joanne.
There was a lot of that being misled, but then there was a lot of the older people that were mobilised, and unfortunately, a lot of those people have now died, and now the legacy is that the UK is out of Europe.
There you go.
There's less opportunities, and they're picking up the pieces.
Build a mall, get rid of that beautiful lake, build a mall, and then when you have nobody in the mall ready to shop, everybody's at home and they're ordering things online, and that mall goes to shit, and you don't have a beautiful lake to go and chill out anymore. You'll think about it and it'll be too late, just like Brexit. Joy, I gotta say this is, by the way, before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, you tuned to the Merv Britto Show. We do this show because we're passionate about Goa. We will talk about things that don't make everybody happy. There's going to be things that we talk about. You're never going to please everybody, but we're doing this as a labor of love. This is something we're very passionate about. You're not always going to agree with us, but as I said to you at the beginning of the show, this is an interactive show. You can get in touch with us. That gentleman, Shashank, got in touch with us on our social media handles. There is a number, 750-7246-246, where you can live call us. The Merv Britto Show is an interactive show, and we're doing this because we love this place we call home. So if you're listening and you've got an opinion, you've got a comment, get in touch with us. Leave us a comment. We'd love to get. Kirsten, are you going to read some comments out today?
Yes.
Okay. So let's get right back into this. I want to talk more about this, and I was going to say before Ajoy said anything that I'll give you a couple of things that'll make a huge difference in the next successful election. First of all, write these down. Get the youth involved.
Yes.
Number 2, be transparent. Get everything online.
Yes.
I've got 3 words that I want to help you. I want you guys to help me make an acronym for. It's accountability, transparency, and responsibility and enforcement. That's 4 words.
That's 4 letters.
I started off 4 letters.
Yeah.
I need an acronym for transparency, accountability, responsibility, and enforcement.
Okay.
Get the youth involved. Get everything online. Get all of these 4 words. The next politician or the next potential politician that incorporates these will win the next election.
Well, give me the words again, Mo.
You're making fun of me. I'm an old fart. I don't have any kids. We don't have any kids, babes. Not that we know. Anyway, the fact that if you want to win the next election, get online. Get the youth involved.
So OY.
No, sweetie pie.
Online and you.
No. My acronym is for accountability, responsibility, accountability, and enforcement.
Okay. Oh my word! He keeps changing it.
I can't. I don't want to screw it up. There's 4 words.
It sounds like Boaty McBoatface to me. I don't know what you're saying.
No, but if this guy Shashank is serious about coming on the show, I'd love to have him. It's very difficult to have this conversation on the telephone when there's feedback and echo and blah blah blah. Get him on the couch. Yeah. We want to ask him some tough questions. But if you're interested, that's exactly what this is all about. The Merv Britto Show is going to have all our opinions that make the show our show. But we want to have people get off the couch and speak your mind.
I got a great acronym.
Sang Baba.
As in, it could be used as acronym. You have to extend with some words. It's called ATA.
Okay.
ATA, like
is that flower?
ATA.
Yeah, now.
Right now, what is it?
Oh, okay.
ATA.
So you have the A.
Accountability.
You have the T.
Transparency.
And then you have to figure out the rest.
That's why I'm saying Boaty McBoatface. In the UK, they had to name a ship, and everyone called it Boaty McBoatface. And so it's like, don't leave it up to everybody else to.
I will give you this acronym. I've given you. Listen, and we've been doing this for many, many years. People have always tried to figure out how we change the shitty system that we continue to operate in.
Yeah.
You've got a justice system that is absolutely flawed. You've got a political and a voting system that's absolutely flawed. You've got so many things that are broken. Stop whining about it. Those people, those youngsters that we saw in that picture, they're willing to get involved. Come up with solutions, creative solutions. I'm giving you my personal opinion. Accountability, responsibility, enforcement, and transparency. 4 letters.
Okay.
ATRE. Artie.
You have to tear down.
Atare.
Atare. AAT. How you?
At least I'm trying.
You're trying.
The youth in me is making me try to come up with something.
You have to tear down the old ideologies.
Yeah.
Really? Look at tear. Hey, Willie, you won. You win.
Yes.
Tear. T-A-R.
But tear is T-E-A-R. Tear. How do you tear something?
Fine. Either ways.
I'm confused, mate. Tear. What is tear?
You know what? I think we should put this on our social media.
Can you do that for me? Willie, you win 100,000 points. It's tear. T-A-R-E. Tear. Transparency, responsibility, enforcement, and accountability.
Oh my God.
Wilbert Cardozo from Seoul.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't know.
Can we not have a prize?
I think Mervin's just changed the words around.
No, sweetie. I said this 10 times.
Baba, it can't be T-A-R-E. What is the meaning of T-A-R-E?
You have to tear down all the old
It should
ideologies.
T-A-R.
Baba, T-A-R is tear.
My tears are coming now because
tears.
this is going nowhere.
All of you, can I tell you, I worked load and balancing. I was a qualified load master for the airlines. Tear, by the way. The tear weight is the weight of something without any, we used to have the tear weight of a pallet before you built it up. So there is a word tear, but it's a beautiful acronym coined by my friend from CLM called Wilbert Cardoza, TARE. Give him a round of
The
applause.
wedding crasher. Go for it, Wilbert.
I'm not a wedding crasher. All are legit weddings.
Yeah, shut up. You can't be invited to so many goddamn weddings.
But you know what? Goa has a history of professional wedding crashness. You know that?
Shut up.
Forget that.
Baba.
Yesterday only somebody told me.
Where
Come
have
on
you
then,
been?
tell.
I would be
Yesterday-
very happy if y'all invited me to a wedding.
You know what? We go to any Goan wedding, at least in the past. I'm sure it is in the present. Now they'll be better dressed. So the wedding starts. You have the wedding procession that happens inside, and while everybody's doing that, you'll see one guy with his family slipping, and they just put on their suits and
And if you
everything.
ask, I'm from the bride side.
And then
the bride side, I'm from the groom side.
Screw the bloody procession. They go straight to the bar.
Can I tell you something? I'm such an old fart. I hate to go out. I hate to socialize. But my favorite thing about going weddings, two
What,
things.
having food at the very end of the night?
I miss the toast when they give you the plum cake and the wine and the going food. I couldn't care less about the dancing. I love the band. I love the music. I love everything about it. But I'm saying to you, I miss that going plum cake.
Baba?
Son,
When was the last time you were?
I don't go out, dude. I don't do it. I'm a hermit. I'm the opposite of Wilbert Cardozo. I'm the lead. And I
Let
sound
him
like,
get crashed, please.
no, I don't want.
We went to Shona's wedding. That was the last wedding.
Shauna's wedding. We're going to a wedding next week. We're going to a very close friend of mine's daughter and another good basketball, Tristan and his Rochelle. They're getting married on the 26th. Agnel's daughter, and he's one of the funniest. Oh my God, Agnel, I can't wait to see you. We're going to a wedding. So
we want pictures, Merv. Make sure you take pictures.
I
for
don't
our
do a
social
lot of
media.
weddings. The only weddings I actually go to are my staff, the people that in our office, our colleagues' weddings. Otherwise, I don't do. But anyway,
And pull a prank at the wedding if you don't mind.
Agnel. Listen, let me tell you something. There is something called the happiness meter.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I'm a happy person. I don't have to go to weddings to be happy. I need to be in Goa, and that makes me very happy. I want to know on this happiness index. Happiness.
Yeah.
I'm hungry, Joanne.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about happiness?
Well, for me personally, I feel that the timing of this is extremely interesting, given the fact that there's so many disgruntled people in Goa at the moment. And all of a sudden we're getting this happiness index introduced. So I was thinking the timing is really weird. However, but it's actually the new governor who announced it last week.
I love this guy. Who's this guy, dude?
The Assembly.
Who's the guy? Tell me his name. I love that.
Pushpati Ashok. Gajapathy.
Hey, yeah, this is Gajapathy Raju. This is our new.
He's the new governor. So he's the one that announced it at the inaugural address of the Goa
Legislative Assembly.
Yep.
Governor Pushpati Ashok Ganpati Raju. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Why Goa doesn't even make the list? Himachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Sikkim, or Goa is number 4. Tumi kapun maka koshe dista rahe. Goa is number 4.
I don't think it is number 4 in reality, though. Do you?
Why? Where do you think it is? Higher or lower?
Look,
much lower.
let's look at the criterion that is mentioned.
Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra. That is bullshit. Maharashtra can't be on this list.
Okay, listen, let's look at what the reasons are according to this article. Himachal Pradesh is at number 1 because it's got a clean environment, low crime, and peaceful lifestyle.
Agreed. Love it. Next.
2, Mizoram, strong community bonds, rich culture, low crime.
Done. I agree.
There was that distinct.
What are you saying? We don't have community bonds here?
No, we don't. You don't even know your goddamn neighbor nowadays.
I do.
Bullshit. Everybody
There was
here
that
is.
riot or something last year, right?
Dude,
in Mizoram.
Mizoram, not Manipur. Manipur.
Hey, tu ka thapad di tola, huh?
Okay, number 3, Sikkim. Eco-friendly policies, high literacy, good governance.
Good governance. You can't be happier in a place like that, dude. Excellent.
Hey,
Goa.
listen, do we know this for a fact? I don't know.
I don't know. Let's go on.
Okay, let's
down
go.
the
We
list.
want to know where the stats came from, though, don't we?
Goa.
Let's see if Goa.
Relaxed lifestyle, vibrant culture, strong healthcare.
Balls, bullshit. I wish I had. Give me a soundbite. What is this? Yeah. Governor Raj. What's his name? Governor. Scroll up. Let me see his name.
It is Ashok Gajapati Raju.
Sir, this list is absolutely flawed if you got to number 4. Number 1, 2, 3, I agree with you. Can I ask you something? In this beautiful place, you want to do make all the changes that you quote unquote think are going to make people happy. Nowadays, the youth and the next generation's on their laptops, on their tablets, on their phones, and they see the West. And they see molds, and they see hamburgers, and they see pizza, and we can call and order, and within 10, 15 minutes, you'll have something delivered. It's instant gratification. That's not what make people happy.
No.
After the delivery, you've got to pay for that order.
Of course.
You don't even know how to make that or cook that food like we did in the back in the old days, right?
Yeah.
We've got some of the most beautiful beaches here. Ask the youngsters nowadays, when's the last time you actually went to the beach and chilled out and relaxed? That's the happiness index. When you, who the hell is this dude?
It's talking about
sorry,
them
Mark,
launching
please continue
the
what you're
happiness
saying.
index.
Please
No, I was just going to say, I can understand, in the world, overall in the world, what's the happiest country?
Finland.
Are you kidding me?
For 8 years running, it's been Finland. So it's actually the Scandinavian countries who actually seem to be the happiest. And then it also in...
Who else?
So...
It's crazy, dude.
yeah, I think Israel was just behind the Scandinavian countries, but I can't...
Do you have a list, Joanne? What are you sitting there looking at me for? I know you're... Listen,
Well,
what makes
I'm
you
just
a
telling you
happy
what
country?
I've read.
Why are you putting this on what is this all about, mate?
No, it's all about how they calculate happiness, apparently. It's called the Cantrell ladder, life evaluation. So they ask a question, then there's data collection and average score. So these guys better have some questionnaires put out and some data for classifying Goa at 4. I want to understand why.
Well, that's the states, but India is ranked 118th out of 147 countries.
That I agree with. That I believe.
So essentially, it's saying, I'll tell you, it's Finland, then Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, Israel, Netherlands, Norway, Luxembourg, Australia, Switzerland, New Zealand, Costa Rica, Kuwait, Austria, Canada, then Belgium.
Oh, come on, man. Kuwait beat us? Kuwait?
Yep.
Netherlands, Costa Rica, Norway, Israel, Luxembourg, and Mexico beat us.
Yeah.
How is Israel there?
That's what I'm saying. That's what it says. But the report from 2025 is based on
Put that on the screen.
2024
Put that
stats.
goddamn on the screen so people don't think we're bullshitting, dude. Full screen, go to there.
Yeah.
It's you know what, I'm not surprised. These guys, Finland, Denmark, a lot of these Scandinavian countries have some of the best healthcare in the world. They've got some of the best infrastructure, public transportation. They've got, you give them credit, dude. You can't mock that, dude.
For the longest time, I always thought that Bhutan was up there.
Bhutan is one of the most beautiful, and they've managed to keep it that way. You just can't go to Bhutan. You've got to have deep pockets and money you're willing to spend. Bhutan is one. There's another couple of countries that are in India that were not countries, states and places where people actually cared about what their natural environment and the people thought about these places, right? Bhutan is right up there. But these are countries we're talking about. We're talking about this list that Governor Raju is talking about are states in India. That's only 3 or 4 factors.
But the World Happiness Report is actually based on self-reported life satisfaction, which is using that Cantrell ladder, and it's influenced by factors such as GDP, social support, freedom, and corruption perception.
Oh, we fail right there.
So-
India fails right there.
That's
Corruption.
what I'm saying. India's ranked at 100. It's improved, but it's ranked at 180.
And then definitely Goa is not number 4, especially after what happened at in December with that burning of the nightclub. And we know how.
Ajay.
Come on.
I agree with you 100%, but that's not the Birch nightclub thing. Is one, mate. You can't judge a place, and I'm with you. I agree with you 100% by one bad happening, right? So on a regular basis, we were just talking about politics, and we just spoke to this guy. The fact of the matter remains, we love this place, and this place is changing so drastically, and nobody's doing anything about it. So we'd love to have people get involved, especially the youth.
Yeah,
and I've given you a couple of strategies, and I think that, in my personal opinion, would make a huge change, and anybody willing to implement these strategies would win any election.
Yes, of course.
If you're a politician listening, you need to make sure that you're getting the youth involved, you're being transparent, everything's online. Actually work the will of the people that have voted you into power. You've got to have longevity. You can't keep promising the moon and do bollocks all and win the election and you do it, repeat. What is it called?
Rinse, repeat.
Rinse and repeat.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was.
Groundhog Day it becomes.
Yeah.
I was partially right. So Bhutan apparently implemented their own gross national happiness index. So they're not depending on an external factor to determine happiness. They have an index which they try to attain every year as part of governance.
It says it right
That's
there.
good, though. That's good that
I think that's brilliant. And you know what? These are politicians that are running Bhutan, right?
Yeah.
Read that line that says in 22, the index showed 48.1% of Bhutanese were happy, deeply or extensively. Ask Goans nowadays. What do you think the percentage would be?
Absolutely. We should
What do you
run a
think?
poll.
We should do a poll. But that's the point, right? Somebody actually took the time. Somebody's got a brain to take the time and implement these and ask the people that have voted you in power. You're so fed up of the political system and the corruption and all the other BS that's happening. Ask your local constituents.
Yes.
Are you happy with the way things are going? We do your will. We're public servants.
Yes.
And our job is to implement these rules and change.
Merv, ring that bell of yours, if you don't mind.
Which is the bell?
That bell, mate. Ring something with the bell. Okay. All right. We have a few
That's
comments.
not a bell, mate. That's a poder hon. Foreigners,
We have a bell there on that switchboard of yours.
Baba.
But okay, anyways, we'll figure it out later.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Use all of the above. That's all you need.
Okay. By the way, we got to our question about the what acronym. We have a few responses.
Willie's won that prize.
Yeah. No, there's no prize.
No, I'll give away a prize. If somebody comes up with a good acronym.
So somebody called Margaret Crockett.
Maggie.
Okay.
Maggie Crockett.
Yes.
Welcome to Goa, Maggie.
She says, try tear or tear or earth with an H in
No.
or rate.
You can add
Or
H
rate.
for happiness, by the way.
Or rate.
Rate.
RAT. By the way, she says to you, you better be sociable for the next 10 days, dude.
I tell you what,
While her and James are in town.
I like Maggie might win a bigger prize than Willie because you can actually use Earth.
Yeah.
EARTH. Maggie, give her a round of applause. Well done. She is so much smarter than her husband. I know Maggie and her husband, James. He may be better. No, I was going to say better looking. Whoops.
No, I was going to ask if he's learnt all of Robbie's new tracks, actually. We can ask him when we see them.
Robbie Williams?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a tribute act for Robbie Williams.
Really?
He's very good.
And he's very good. He's very good.
Wow.
I gotta say, I take my hat off to these Bhutanese politicians. If they're actually, can you imagine asking Ajoy, can we do that one day? We've got a mic and a gimbal and a camera. I'd love to go out there on the streets of Goa and ask locals, mate, how happy are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'll tell you what.
And record it.
After today's show, we'll go hit the streets. What do you say?
It's sad because you've got politicians. We haven't spoken about the assembly.
Yeah.
The 5-day assembly that starts at 11 o'clock, lunch break at 2 o'clock.
No, 11:30.
11:30, lunch break at 2 o'clock. And then tea break at 4 o'clock, and we're done at 6.
No, we actually had somebody that commented on social media saying they actually sit through until 11:30 at night or 11 o'clock at night. And I think we responded saying, as we would expect, but we were just reporting on the timetable.
They're doing their
last
jobs.
week.
They're doing
of
their
course.
jobs.
I mean, a lot of stuff happens outside of sitting in the assembly. However, you just want to make sure that the work is getting done and they're concentrating on the right issue.
There. He's put on the screen. Mr. DaCosta, _08. Yes, correct. But I would like to correct you. Assembly goes beyond 11:30 p.m. every day.
Yeah. But as I say,
Who the hell is Mr. DaCosta?
So he's obviously
He's
a fan of yours.
No, BS. Is he there? Does he know that it goes every day at 11:30?
You don't know. He could be working.
My
for
cousin's name is Bernard. That's not Bernard, dude. This is another Mr. DaCosta. I love the fact that you responded, and thank you for responding. But can I ask you a question? Can you govern a state by having a 5-day assembly that starts at 11:30 and supposedly, quote unquote, ends at 6? Yeah. So if you're doing your job, yes, 11:30 should be. There's no way you're going to do it in 5 days unless you stay till
No, of
11:30.
course. There's lots of stuff happening outside of the assembly, and obviously there's work that happens in their governmental offices and all of that.
I'm not saying they're not working hard. I'm sure your politicians work their tails off. We're not painting everybody with the same brush. I'm sure they do. Some of them do a great job and work hard. But I can't understand why the assembly is 5 days long.
You know what? If you put a speaker, sir, before that and ask me that question, I'll give you an answer.
Speaker, sir. What do I call you, Ajay?
Speaker, sir.
What do I call you? They fight these guys this is a flippin' forum that is educated and supposed to be like people of repute that are in an environment like when you watch the British Assembly or Congress in the States.
They'll give the UFC a run for their money. I'll get
Dude,
that.
these guys are throwing stuff and all.
But you know what? Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't want to see the cost on this.
If for example they are working late, right? Why not extend the assembly session for 30 days, right? To have a proper discussion on these very essential discussions. Happiness Index, I want to see somebody talk about that.
There's your answer,
because
my friend.
I feel that it's just like a staging for, a couple of big announcements.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily an opportunity for debate and actually to bring all of the topics to the forefront for each of the
Joanne,
discussion points.
I don't know enough. I'm not smart enough, and I don't know enough about how the Goa legislators and the politicians work. But they've got a beautiful building that they all operate out of. It's just that there's so many things that need to be done, and I have never understood why any politician should have that many portfolios that he oversees.
Yeah,
like for example, we've got people that your chief minister, Dr. Pramod Sawant, is the home minister. He's the chief minister. He's that. You've got Rohan Kaunte, who is the tourism minister, who's the IT minister. Mate, you don't have enough time and resources to handle these two very important industries.
Yeah.
The tourism industry here in Goa is the goose that laid the golden egg that's made Goa what it is.
Yeah.
And we've slid down a slippery slope. You haven't attracted the kind of tourists that used to come to Goa that paid a lot of money, that made this place function, that made the place tick, that made the place the need to build all these commercial hotels and bring all these 5 stars in.
Yeah.
And you're killing the goose that laid the beautiful beaches and the shacks and the restaurants, what actual people should come to Goa and what actually people loved about coming to Goa. If you're the tourism minister, focus on the tourism industry. Now, he's, by the way, just announced Starlink, which is Elon Musk's company that's coming to India.
Yeah.
And you're proud of the fact, rather than take care of the industries and the local operators that provide cable and internet, which is we're one of them, by the way. I'm a full declaration. We're a company that provides internet connections, but he's announced Starlink.
Yeah.
Is that what you want? You want to kill your local industry? There's a picture of him, right? Goa explores partnership with Starlink to boost digital infra, rural connectivity.
They think it's going to be operational by 2027.
But why? I mean, I'm not bagging on Starlink. Elon's got enough money. It's a great product. I would buy it. The point I'm trying to make is if you're trying to make Goa great and you want to ask your local constituency, your local residents, your local people that vote for you, are you really happy? You think Starlink's going to make people happy in small villages?
Well, they're claiming that it's going to reach those smaller areas.
I want to wait and see.
Less infrastructure.
It's expensive,
apparently, just to buy the equipment is about 38,000 rupees. And your monthly what do you call
monthly plan
would cost you about 8,000.
Listen, I don't care. I don't care. It's expensive. Ajo, you're making a good point. The fact why are you trying to build a mall and kill your mom and pop shop? Why are you trying to bring Starlink in and kill the local operators and the people that are working their ass off to provide the internet connectivity that connects? It's one of the most needed services. What are they called? Essential services. Electricity, water, internet, your whatever.
Your utilities.
But why are you trying to kill the local people, the local economy, your local vote bank?
Yeah.
You're trying to bring vote banks from outside to vote for you. Why not take care of the people that you actually should be taking care of and ask them, are you happy with my job?
These businesses are employing like thousands of people already, and they've been grafting away for years on end and building infrastructure. And, and a lot of them are not privately owned organizations either. They've been actually investing locally and supplying those services locally. And it just feels like that people can just come in and trample all over it. It just doesn't feel right.
You're killing your local economy, right?
Yeah,
and then it's a simple, and I'm oversimplifying it, and I'm not making light of this, but why don't you ask your constituents, your voters, your people in your area, how happy are you with the job I'm doing? As anybody, and I love that about Bhutan, I love that about these places where they actually ask your voters. Hey guys, what do you think of the job I'm doing? How can I do it better? I'm a public servant. I want you to vote for me. It's not lip service.
Yeah.
I genuinely plan on doing everything that this platform was my campaign was based upon. I plan on doing these things, but we keep voting these guys into power that do nothing. They promise you the moon and nothing gets done.
But the thing is, sorry, Ajoy, I just wanted to say there also, Mr. Conte announced that there was going to be an AI chatbot that's going to be launched for online government services. I think all well and good to have an AI chatbot, but you've actually got to have your online systems and services running smoothly.
What's the use if you don't have internet?
Well, no, exactly. But we've spoken about that before, that there's been lots of new initiatives, but then a lot of these things are not actually working properly.
I'd love to have Rowan Conte on the show. I'd love to ask him these difficult questions.
Brilliant.
Yeah? No, the fact of the matter remains, you're the IT minister. You've got a plate full, mate. You've got so much on your plate already with just focusing on bringing Goa into the 21st century.
You know what?
You really think he needs to be the tourism minister?
I'll tell you what. You really think by the click of a finger you're gonna modernize Goa digitally?
But you got to start somewhere, Ajoy. You got to start somewhere. Somebody with a vision.
That vision was done by China 30 years ago. And you can see the results today, right? It just doesn't happen by clicking the finger and making an announcement. You have to work step by step.
Yep.
You have to build what you call a platform or platforms to get you to a great goal. And that's not going to happen, man. It won't happen. Not as it stands today. You know, we've heard these kind of announcements in the past. Start doing, stop talking.
Ajoy, that makes me sad that you'd say that, because you're part of the young generation, mate. You're the next generation. If you're talking like that you've lost hope. You may as well just quit today. Move to another country. Move to Bombay. Move to Bangalore, because it's not going to happen.
In fact, I did go to Bangalore. I did work there. But I always knew that I would come back to Goa because that's the lifestyle I wanted to live. I wanted to have a balance. And honestly, trust me, guys, you don't want to have these big IT parks, concretization. Bangalore was destroyed because of it. It was, and it broke my heart to see that.
But people can't see that in advance, right? Until it happens, right? It's too late.
Yeah.
You want the development. You want to see everything that the other cities are doing. You want to see it. You watch it online. You want to see it happen here. Guarantee you, I promise you, if you actually took a poll and asked people, would you like to see Goa change into a Mumbai or a Delhi or any big shitty city? And no offense, I'm not trying to be cause this thing. I'm just telling you, this is what made Goa special the way it is. Why are you trying to develop it and change it into something it's not meant to be?
You know, Merv, I've been showing all the different discussions that have happened over the assembly session.
Is this our assembly?
Yes, of course.
Let's promote solitude.
That's a topic, by the way, just so that you know. So basically, I wanted to tell you that there's a troubling news that's come out of the session so far. Apparently, a bill called the Jan Vishwas bill has come out, and the opposition alleges that it is designed to protect government employees and even, dare I say, our politicians who may be in power from repercussions of doing something illegal. If this is true, Merv, what would you think?
I think it's crazy.
Oh, no, that's ridiculous. That's like presidential pardons ahead.
But that's stupid. I don't know. Listen, I'm not sure. You're asking my opinion. This is my opinion and not the opinion of the Merv Britto show. This is Mervin's opinion. But John means life. Vishwas is trust, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Hey, give him a round of applause.
The fact of the matter remains, you need to scrutinize. You need to be skeptical about this. If you guys are going to vote on pardoning yourselves for doing wrong, this is not right. And I've never I don't mince words. I don't split hairs. I've always been about the fact that people are voted into power to be public servants. You are looked up to, you're put on a pedestal, but you need to actually earn that trust and that honor. If you're in as a public servant, you're in power and you have that power to help and make something better, do some good, and make people vote you in over and over again, you're doing something right. You don't need to be pardoned for wrong. Number one, you shouldn't be allowed to be in politics if you've got a conviction. You need, I mentioned it, Maggie came up with Earth. E for enforcement, R for responsibility, A for accountability, T for transparency, and H for happiness. If you can pass these 5 letters as a politician, you deserve to be in this beautiful space that they call the assembly. This is jazzy, dude.
So basically,
this is flipping. I want to go and sit in the seats up there. Can you see the seats in the top left? I want to watch this place in session.
I could see you as speaker, sir.
No, I'm not gonna. Are you fucking mad, dude? Speaker, sir. No, but these guys are tasked with something so important for us.
I just want to highlight what the opposition alleges, that the provisions of this bill would protect government officials and others responsible for the fire at the Birch by Romeo Lane.
Bullshit.
If this is true, this is wrong. And I want to just end on this topic by saying that, listen, guys, the politicians, even the judges, nobody's above the law.
No.
Nobody can be above the law. You know, I go on these roads and I see these politicians trying to get us to move to the site so that they can get to their destination fast. Screw you. You are part of us. You are an employee of the public, and you should get to experience what we experience if you want to change it. If you don't, then you're not going to change it. So please, just remember when you vote next time, these guys ain't bigger than us. No, are they lesser than us? They're just like us, and they should be working for us and make sure that they also follow the law. Is all I'm saying. Yeah,
absolutely right.
I don't want to talk about this.
I'm very passionate about this, so I'm sorry if I get a little what do you call it?
You should
animated.
You should be, but you know what? At least you're doing something about it. It pisses me off to no end when I hear people whine, bitch, moan, and complain, and then don't do anything about it. They'll take that 5,000 rupees to vote for somebody, right? I hope and I pray, my wish as an old fart is that these people you just saw in this picture, the next generation of responsible young adults, politicians, will actually take that baton and make the changes, bring us into the next century. Enough of the goddamn corruption. You listen, if my acronym stands, if you're transparent as a politician, you should have nothing to hide. When they asked Donald Trump in America to disclose his taxes, you should be able to. It should be the law. If you want to come into government, you should know how much money they have in the bank when they join and how much money they have in the bank when they leave. What's wrong with that? Is that asking too much?
Not at all.
Why? What the hell is this?
It should be the absolute. It should be the absolute basics.
Joanne, when President Trump was asked about this, and everybody was up in arms because he wouldn't disclose his financial, his taxes. Mm-hmm. That's wrong. He had to do that to be in. So why are politicians not more? This guy called and he said, I'm happy to come on the show and have you ask me the tough questions. Are you willing to have your taxes scrutinized? How much money did you have? Where did the money come from? There's nothing wrong if you haven't done anything wrong. You pay your taxes. You deserve to be in politics. If you can make sure that the people that voted you in are happy with the job you've done, you deserve to be reelected. Yeah. Otherwise, go.
But someone like Trump, he's got a huge family and he's supposed to not be involved in his businesses, but he's mixed business with pleasure quite a bit since he's been re-elected. Yeah. And obviously he's got his family just running the business and he's got his cryptocurrency and all of that. I mean, really, don't tell me he's not earning money whilst he's still the president.
But here again, I'm saying that's what you have. That's what you have. Something you don't have here is transparency, right? If it's a conflict of interest, the government has to sort it out. The Congress and the court will sort him out. The fact of the matter, what I'm trying to say here is we love this place and we're so passionate about this place. All we're saying is if you want to be elected, and I'm not painting every politician is not a crook. Every politician is not corrupt. Every politician is not a bad person. We're talking about the situation we're in right now where it seems so desperate, where Ajoy says that it's not going to change and blah, blah, blah. You've got to have the hope. You're going to be here way long after we're gone. And if you don't have the hope to change the system that currently operates, the system we operate in, with the people that are running the show, what hope is there for the 10-year-olds, the 15-year-olds, the 20-year-olds that are in school and in college and they can't see any hope down the line? And the answer is swiggy and oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Merv Britto Show. You're listening to us rant and rave about the things we're passionate about for no other reason. We do the show every week. It's an interactive show. And the reason we do this is our contribution to the way things are happening right now in this place we call home and that we're so passionate and love. Don't put them on the screen. I don't need the social media handles. I'm just telling you, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your opinions. Ajay, are we going to talk about any messages and all? Or we're going to continue.
We can continue a little bit.
Let's continue for a little bit more. Let's do this at the end. What time is it? Holy shit. It's 7:15. We're okay.
So we have a few topics we can talk about. We can talk about, a question of how the Enforcement Directorate does a better job than our own special investigation teams of the Goa Police, if you want to talk about that.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
I'm going to give you my opinion. Let's breeze through them really quickly. The Enforcement Department has a lot more authority, but the police, is that what it is? Land grab, ED, surges ahead, police, SIT stalls. But it's such a nuanced topic to talk about, right? What powers does each department have? The Enforcement Department compared to the police, right? The police have power that the ED doesn't have, and the EDs will have power to supersede the police. No,
but
but everyone has to have teeth to be able to enforce any of it.
But you're missing one common factor.
Tang Baba.
The crime has taken place in Goa. It's got something
What crime?
A land grab of some kind, right?
Okay.
So that comes under the purview of the Goa government. They have details about where these lands have been illegally sold. They should know where this is going down. And the fact that they don't know this and the police can't even investigate faster than the ED proves to me it's flawed.
You're not an idiot, dude. You're not stupid. You genuinely don't think what Ramakan Konkar with the Birch fire, with all these things that have gone wrong that have been publicized and made so many people aware, you don't think the cops can do their job?
That's what.
You don't think the police know who's behind this? And if the police actually made their findings public knowledge, their heads would roll, right? Because of the power that people, the puppets, the people up the ladder, what is it called? The proverbial up the mountain behind
the
you.
Puppet master.
Yeah, the puppet masters. The cops can't do their jobs because of the powers that be. The Enforcement Department doesn't give a shit. The Enforcement Department has so many more overwhelming. What is the word, Joanne? I'm hungry, sweetheart. They have so many more powers, overreaching powers that they can actually tap into. Mm-hmm. They don't give a shit. Like it's like who's the law of the land other than the court? Who's the Who's the guy?
What, like a justice minister?
No. Goenka. Who is the law of the land? Law of the land here in Goa. For example, in Panjim, who's your big shot other than
you have the municipality mayor. You have your MLAs.
Okay.
You have your
governor.
Yeah, your governor.
Not the controller. What is it called? The
chief minister.
Yeah.
You have so many
controller,
levels.
Not the controller. Who is
the home minister? You name it. The TCP minister. All of these guys, right?
No. You've got so many people involved.
Yep.
You don't think somebody in a high power position can get these answers?
That's my point.
Why are they not getting these answers out to the public? Why was the Birch fire? Why was something that horrible where 25 people died? What was the root? Who allowed this? Why are heads not rolling? Why is this information not being made public? Number one, when Ramakan Konkar got beaten up and that guy got jailed, who was behind all of this happening and why is that not being made public? And these are just 2 of 1,000 different results that should be made public knowledge, right?
And
why not?
And again, these are things that should be discussed in the assembly, if you ask me.
But that's where the T for the transparency comes in, right? Ajay, from my acronym. Why are we not more transparent?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
So police have just as much authority, but they can't do their jobs. Next.
Okay, so then moving forward, talking about behavior of politicians, not only in the assembly but in the remarks they make. There's this sensational news that's come recently, where Madhya Pradesh Congress MLA. Now, it doesn't matter which party they belong to, but the fact that they said this is preposterous.
Are you kidding me? This guy's made this, and he's still in power. He's still in a political.
It links women's beauty to rape. Phul Singh Baria
Absolutely outrageous.
Claims men get distracted by beauty. BJP demands action. That's because they're in the opposition. But my point is, if they are in the opposition, I don't know. But I can't believe they say such things.
And this is why I do this show. This is my opinion. This idiot, this knob should not even be. Forget about being power. Forget he shouldn't even have a government position. This guy needs to be sweeping streets.
And this is across the board. You know, sometime back in Karnataka.
No, I was just going to say, though, one of the things that this guy said, even women who are not beautiful get raped. I mean, really, mister,
but
that is just one of them.
No, but I'm saying to you, you voted him in power.
Ever heard.
Sorry, Joanna, I cut you off.
Disgusting.
But I'm just saying to you, the people in Madhya Pradesh voted this uneducated moron into power. Who do you blame? If I agree with that, by the way, distracted by beauty. Men are always going to be distracted by women's beauty. But we've got mothers and sisters and daughters.
Yeah, correct.
At the end of the day, any idiot that talks about rape and in this context, come on, guys. I don't know who he is. I don't know enough about the story, but
he's talking about rape is committed by groups, not just individuals.
And he's not the only one. In the past, this Karnataka minister
kidding me, dude.
says he apologized for this remark. Just imagine, okay, this is what he said.
Saying, when rape is acceptable, lie down and enjoy it.
Did you catch that?
And these twats are laughing about it, right? Where is this? This is the Karnataka Assembly,
I'm going to
right?
say it again.
There is a saying, when rape is acceptable,
God, I hope there was
lie
women
down
there.
and enjoy it.
So you heard what he said, right, Merv? He said this in the Karnataka Assembly, and I quote him: "When rape is happening, lie down and enjoy it." Can you
Why
believe?
don't they put him on a bed and stick a bamboo up his ass and tell him to enjoy it? That's the. But these are the people you're putting in power. This isn't an assembly. Karnataka State Assembly should be ashamed. This idiot who's laughing. Let his daughter or his mom or his sister get raped, and I hope it never happens. But guys, but how can you be laughing about something in 2026?
And this guy's a speaker. He's a guy who's supposed to, ensure decorum and proper functioning and proper manner of speaking, and he's laughing at this.
But he apologized for it later, you're saying.
That doesn't make it okay.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying, when did this actually happen? And has he been repentant?
I believe so. I think this is the minister that they're talking about. And he
Is this the guy that made the
apologized.
statement?
Yeah. This is the guy.
So he doesn't belong in
His name is Ramesh Kumar, K.R. Ramesh Kumar. So it's shocking, and it's symptomatic of a mentality that is still pervasive in India that needs to be changed.
This is a different E that I'm going to talk about. It's called education. These guys are illiterate. They might be smart, but they're illiterate. If you think that in this day and age, rape is a topic to laugh about, you're uneducated. You're a fucking moron. You don't belong in any kind of power position kind of thing. And the fact that they were laughing about it, I don't want to talk about it, but I think I genuinely, it makes me sick. Because like I said to you, all of you have mothers and sisters and daughters and wives and mate, that you wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy. So let's move on. That guy should be penalized. He should be fined and a lot strong. They should be removed from power.
Yeah, they don't belong to represent us. And anybody who votes for them is actually encouraging such kind of behavior and mentality.
This is the quality and caliber of people that you're voting into power. And that speaks volume about a country, that speaks volume about a state, that speaks volume about the voters that vote these idiots into power. Move on.
Yeah, some good news maybe. Coming out of the assembly sessions is that the Goa is to make helmet mandatory for riders and pillions.
Finally.
Fix the roads first.
We need to fix the roads. You're absolutely right. We do need to fix the roads, but I've always found it really ridiculous the way that only the driver has got to wear the helmet, and you've got like 3 other people on the bike itself, and they haven't got helmets. Even when people are driving around with their helmet on, they haven't even got it fastened. If you get bumped into,
oh my God, you should vote for this guy. Put him in the parliament. Put him in legislature. Let him be a goddamn person. Oh my God.
Flip.
That's his helmet on backwards. Poor guy, man.
At least he had it actually fastened on properly.
100 points for this poor bastard. At least he had a helmet on. Vote him into power. Vote for him. Put him Poor guy, dude. Listen, I've always laughed about the fact that it's a safety issue, and it could save a life, right?
Yeah.
The fact of the matter remains, here in India, you've got people that it's a law that the rider has to have, the main rider has to have a helmet. None of the pillion, nobody else in the back has to have a helmet on, and you're absolutely fine. But it's sad. It's funny, and it's not funny, but it's sad that you can get it off this.
I know, but I was going to say though,
Billy, wake up, mate.
As well as having that as new legislation, does it actually stop you from carrying a plate of glass on the back of a bike? Does it stop you from carrying a pig on the back of the bike? What happens?
Or chickens.
Exactly.
Yeah, but guys, that's a time and a place. I've got to say that it's sad and it's scary that this is a law and a rule that's taken so long to implement. Because you don't have seatbelt laws where everybody's got to be strapped in and kids can't be in the
Don't
front.
get me started on that with kids with their heads out the top of the sunroof.
You got
and
to see
all
all
that.
that. So listen, this ain't the UK, mate. Back the fuck up. We're not going to change.
Hello, it's
No.
safe. Is it safe?
That's
Does
not
it make
true.
it safe?
It's not.
It doesn't have to be the UK.
Okay, so this is my Goa, and this is something that makes us special. But it's a good step in the right direction. Yes, pillion riders should have helmets on.
So Merv, we reached 7:30. Do you want to do comments?
Let's do comments. We're going to end the show on comments. Yes.
Yeah.
You keep blowing these comments off, and the people that have taken the trouble. I want to do 50 comments. Can we do 50 comments before the end of the show?
Why not 100? Come on.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, let's go through some of the comments. What's his name?
Mitesh.
Not Nitesh. What's his name? Kirsten's asleep, dude.
Kirsten.
You awake?
Hot takes with Merv.
Can we get
Britto.
some R&B, some hip hop in that intro, yo? Forget about all this. Let's get into the comments. Mitesh, oh my God, 666. Can you write a smaller? Mitesh, thank you, my friend. Earlier power poles were dug 1 meters inside those poles. Strong nowadays opposed to hollow poles.
Wait,
Please read it out for our
When there is one accident,
for the
all
hard
the
of hearing.
So now y'all are interrupting me. When one accident, all the poles fall down as they get pulled. In case of disruption, the cable operators put their cables on the abandoned old cable. This adds weight and overloads the Gen Z poles, more rent to government, less start putting the treated concrete poles. So Mitesh, thank you for your comment, mate. I agree with you. The infrastructure needs to be provided, but we as cable operators, as internet service providers, need to pay our share. We need to do our work, our roles, and do what we need to do from our side to help the government to provide these poles. I'm not talking about why have you moved on?
Sorry.
The infrastructure is not in place yet. That's the problem, no?
There's a lot of illegal operators that are doing these things that we're all getting blamed for, and which shouldn't be the case. Mitesh, I agree with you. The new poles with 4 bolts are not strong enough to take the heavy infrastructure, but we as operators and the government electricity department and the DOIT department need to get together and come up with a solution so we can pay our share. We do our jobs individually to make this a group effort so the residents of Goa, the people that actually need good service, don't suffer. Mitesh B666, thank you for your comment.
Is that the devil? 666.
By the way, go back to that. I mentioned Kasinath Shetty. Mr. Shetty is in there. Offered mentioned the same thing, that other accident, nobody supports the victim. There's going to be victims, there are going to be accidents, but we need to work together to resolve these problems. It's not either one or the other side that's right or wrong. We need to work together. Next. Lynette Pinto, these problems are created so that the common man is kept busy with these issues and do not see the actual big picture and all the other big offenses that are happening around us. They've been doing this for years, and each time we keep falling into look around, sniff the big problems and taking place right under our noses. What is Lynette talking about?
This is all talking about smoke and mirrors. This is when...
What's the topic? What is the context?
The issue is regarding the cables.
Yeah, no, but Lynette, you're right. I'm part of this problem. I'm not shirking my responsibility. We've got an association. We've got local cable operators that do have an association that we can get involved. We need just proper guidance. We need proper rules and regulations and processes in place so that we as operators can pay our share. We can work with the electricity department. We can work on a portal, on a website where we can register and pay our dues. You don't have that in place right now, so everybody's blaming somebody else. It will not get resolved. until everybody's on the same page and can work together.
That online portal is still not fully
It's not. Where's your IT? There's your IT minister, your DOIT department, your electricity department, your power minister. We need to work together. Put these processes in place.
But the previous portal got abandoned. That was supposed to be in place from up until 2024.
Can I tell you?
Up and running in 2024, and it wasn't up and running in Goa. Goa's now got its own portal, which is really not fully functional, and it's not able to serve the right purpose yet.
Can I tell you, the right-of-way policy that supersedes everything has been implemented by the central government. ROW 2024 clearly stipulates certain things that need to be in place for people to be able to provide essential services. Yes.
Yep.
So let's not blame and point fingers. We as ISPs and you as cable operators and you as the electricity department and you as the DOIT and you as the IT minister need to come together and come up with resolutions so that our residents, the local residents of Goa that pay money for these services, do not end up taking the brunt and suffering because of your ineptitude and your inefficiency. Okay, thank you, Lena Pinto. Next. Who the hell is Phil Davidson? Is that Phil Davidson? Yeah, the government are investing enough.
Husband. Isn't that Angela's husband?
Yes.
Phil.
Is it?
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil. The government are investing enough on road, air, rail infrastructure. Why aren't they investing on infrastructure that connects India to the world? Phil Davidson, you would think that would be the case. That's a no-brainer. But if you've got so many portfolios that you can't focus and do a good job on one, my mom and dad always said, don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Try and focus on what you need to focus on. You're absolutely right. And we keep saying that's part of my acronym, by the way. Bring Goa into the 21st century. Put everything online. Be transparent. You've got the funds, by the way. We pay taxes that are put aside to have this infrastructure put in place. Phil Davidson, thank you so much for stating the obvious. You're absolutely right. It is your government officials that should be doing their jobs to bring us in to connect India to the world.
But the internet infrastructure is not being paid for by local government. It's been mostly paid for by private companies, such as us.
Yeah, but I'm saying you need to work with these government agencies like the electricity department, pay your poll taxes to use their polls, but there's got to be rules in place and implemented so everybody knows what they need to do. If you don't follow the rules, E for enforcement, that's part of my acronym, E for enforcement. If you don't follow the rule, cut the goddamn cables.
Yep.
Cut the cables. Everybody's not illegal. We're paying AGR. We pay the central government 8%. Every goddamn, that's a lot of money out of my pocket, mate. I'm happy to pay that. But use the money properly, implement rules. Let's work together and solve the problem. Thank you, Mr. Davidson. Next. Oh my God, Kevin Rodricks wrote an essay. Kevin Rod's 83 BJP. Manifesto has none of the points mentioned here. Directly from central government making these demands absolutely anti-national and no one family, Gujarati families can benefit from it. All 10 points for CM to go. Oh my, I'm not going to read. Am I reading the whole thing? Makes no sense. And importantly, who will pay? For all these poor Goan people, not all, but some currently shaping Goa. Someone has invested crores of rupees to make it happen. These investors just leave. Retired judge, while officially active on duty, could not do much. And now this, no, I'm not reading the whole thing. Late dear Goans, too late for change. Kev, I love you, my friend. Thank you for the thing. Long live RSS and BJP bollocks. It is not a long political line, Kev. It is not along who you vote for, what God you worship, or none of that stuff. Mate, we're talking about the betterment and the moving forward of Goa and all Goans. This is not a secular state. I hope it's not a secular state. I don't care what your political affiliation is. I couldn't care less.
You hope that it is a secular state, Merv. That's what.
A secular state basically is the word secular basically means that you are not, as a secular state, you are not, the laws are not affiliated with any religion.
Exactly.
They're not tied into that. That's what I meant to say. This is not the case here in Goa. So let's not make it an issue with that. It's not about any affiliations and how you vote and who you worship and what creed and caste and color and all that bullshit. This is Goa. What made Goa great is we got along for so many years. We didn't give a shit who you worship. We celebrated together. So don't make it about any kind of political affiliation. Let's make Goa great again. Let's Moga, make my old Goa great again.
Merv, I'll tell you one thing. I suspect Kev Rod's 83 is either my age or older, because he's definitely has a bad case of cynicism. And that's why, the youth is the future, my friend.
Kev Rods is a younger guy because he's used a lot of emojis, dude. I'm not into emojis.
He's not 83 years old?
No, this has got to be a young buck. Kev, I'd love to know how old you are.
He was born in 83, that's why.
Yeah, that's
Possibly.
about my age.
He's a young buck. I'm born. The fact of the matter remains, I appreciate the comment. I don't necessarily agree with everything you're saying, but you're willing to put your ass on the line and put your opinion out there. So
I think what he's also saying is, if the judge couldn't do much to save Goa while he was active, what's he going to do now he's retired? How's he going to mobilize and make some changes?
Goans like our MLAs will ensure a reduce in population, become super minority citizens. New Bharat India. Welcome to BJP rule and alliance. Long live RSS and BJP. Listen, it's his opinion. I listen. Yeah, Willie, make some more noise, goddammit. This sounds like a fucking cafeteria. Next comment. Thank you, Kev Rodricks. Ali Mosquito. Are these posts?
They're testing whether you can read.
I don't read. I can't read. I'm illiterate. Ali Mosquito. Everything that he says will fall in place if he demands to enforce the existing laws in Goa since prior 2012, 1961, saved by Section 5 of the Goa Dominant Due Administration Act 1960. These laws are not repealed nor amended to adapt in conformity with the Constitution of India. The legal period of 2 years thereof by any enactment of the central government. That given the above. Listen, I'm not going to read the whole goddamn thing. What's he talking about?
He's talking about the fact that a lot. I'm just going to put it out there, and I don't know. I don't believe in this. That Goa technically is not part of India. That's what a lot of Goans believe that, and I disagree. We are part of this continent, or this subcontinent. As
we were a union territory. Goa Dominant Due.
And we're definitely Indian, no doubt about it. But, just harping on the past, which has happened, how many years ago?
1961.
And prior to that, ain't going to solve the problem. We need to think forward, come up with solutions, and start working on it, most importantly.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's what I keep saying this, and that's what made our Goa great, right? A Hindu family and a Catholic family and a Muslim family can live next door to each other. Absolutely. We got along for centuries. We celebrated everybody's functions and festivities, mate. We never had these goddamn problems before. Let's not make it an issue with religion or race or whatever the case may be. This is still Goa that we love, right? We're still willing to get along, but you need people in power, leaders that can continue on and make people happy. Yeah. Why don't you take a poll of your constituents? Ask them, are you happy with the job I'm doing, right? Don't reinvent the wheel. It's being done all around. Ali Mosquito, thank you for your very long-winded comment. I don't think I'm getting the whole gist of it, but we're not going to repeal and turn things backwards. These things have happened. Let's look forward. Let's make things better going forward.
Essentially, it's about conserving and preserving Goa and protecting the people of Goa. He's obviously got detailed knowledge of the law and the Constitution.
He's talking about Justice Rebello.
But he's got detailed knowledge of it. But we're on the same page.
Come on, guys. Miss Blah. Who the hell is Miss Blah? Miss Blah. Sky.eagle. Thank you for raising these critical concerns on our platform. We agree entirely with the points made about the need to address industrial pollution, protect our waterways, and ensure that development benefits the local community. The well-being of Goa and its people is paramount. We also strongly agree with the important points. Social harmony is essential. Goa stand in the united call out many the divisive languages. Slurs like Gati. You know what? That makes my skin crawl. I don't agree. I agree with you 100%. There's nobody who's considered a Gati. I don't care if you're not from Goa. For anyone who is confronting actions, compromise Goa's future. We're continuously covering these issues in our news channel. Please reach out to us if you have any information with relevant proofs. We will continue to track all development and share the real on ground news. Who the hell is this?
So she's got a channel. She's got a channel, and she was chatting with somebody else on a thread that was commenting on one of our reels. So they were just chatting also amongst themselves. So
at least the communication,
which is good.
Communication. Another one from Ms. Blah. we reported this on our news channel, MSQ_News Network. Ms. Blah, thank you for your comment. I agree with you 100%. At the end of the day, we're on the same page. I don't like when people use the word Gandhi. I keep hearing that word Gandhi, whatever you want to say. That's exactly what it means. It means somebody's uncultured or whatever. Mate, you're still human.
It means nothing if you don't protect Goa and you don't do what is best for Goa in terms of protecting its ethos, its culture. If you're not doing that, even if you're Goan, I've always said this, we've said this in the past, to me, you're not Goan. I prefer somebody who actually appreciates our culture and is trying to protect our environment. Those are the real Goans in spirit.
Miss Blah, I agree with you to a degree, and I don't know who you are and what you do, but I love the fact that we're on the same page. At the end of the day, it's all about keeping Goa the place that we love. Make Goa great again. Thank you for your comment. Can we do? Who's this? Sky Eagle. You know what? By the way, Miss Blah was
They
talking
were chatting to each other.
Who the hell is this? Sky.Eagle03 ban factories and this we've been running on migrants while making native people suffer from pollution. Why we Goans need to destroy our air, land, rivers, and sea, give jobs migrants and locals and suffer permanently in all these places. Listen, if your goddamn locals were willing to do the jobs, you wouldn't need migrants. Nope. You do have to have a few migrants, but they have to follow the rules and law, register locally, right? But at the end of the day, you can't blame all factories and industries for being pollutants. You need things to be made. You need the revenue. Your government needs the revenue here in the state. Again, I'm coming back to my acronym. You have to enforce the law, right? If somebody's polluting your rivers and the ocean and you're pumping raw sewage into the sea, fix the problem. Find the people that are breaking the rules. Sky Eagle, you need some of these things, brother. I don't know if you're a man or woman. I'm sorry. You need industries, you need factories to generate revenue so that they can pay taxes to the state. You need a certain amount of migrants. It's not the migrants that are causing the problem.
But Merv, I have a little bit of I want to be the devil's advocate here.
Okay.
I to a certain degree, he or she has a point. In the sense, if you are bringing industry here, right, and essentially it is always brought into a state to generate employment for the people of the state. Of course. If it's not employment that the people need for the state or wherever it's being built, then what's the point of it? Then don't bring it, right? It's the same thing with this Unity Mall. It's the same thing as if you ask me, what was the point of Mopa? If we had Dabolim and we could have built a great airport right there, right in the middle of Goa. Right?
Why did they build Dabolim? Because a bunch of politicians decided they were going to make a shitload of money.
Dabolim or Mopa?
No, Mopa. Mopa's a beautiful airport. You could have upgraded Daboli, but Daboli is a military installation. Why don't you build an airport in the center of the state?
Technically,
build an airport in the center of the state. Listen, you need factories and industries to employ people and generate revenue for the state. You are always, as an official, trying to welcome and entice business to come and operate in your state. You want that revenue. Follow the goddamn rules.
Not at the cost of the well-being of the people of Goa.
That's right, bollocks. It's not at the It's not at the cost. It doesn't have to be the cost.
It didn't have to be.
Why industries in Bangalore and all over the world, industries, Elon Musk builds these factories in Arizona that are 1 million square meters. Is he breaking rules? But I guarantee you Arizona loves the revenue he pays in taxes. Why can you not have industries and factories? We've got industrial estates everywhere.
Is it benefiting the locals? In Arizona, it is. It's generating employment.
Of course. So
and people want that employment. But you know what? I've been in the IT capital of India.
Which is?
Bangalore. Right? And I've seen all of these IT jobs created and these huge buildings created. The infrastructure is still shit.
Yeah, but that's the problem here, no?
The water problems is still a huge problem there. Garbage is still a huge problem there. So what's the point?
No, but I just wanted to go back. No, but I'm just jumping in.
First show, from the time we started the show, the first show we ever did is at the end of the day, you've got people in power that can't see the trees through the forest. If you don't have proper infrastructure, your water, your sewage, your electricity, constant internet connectivity, stipulated rules and regulations that have to be followed and enforced, how do you plan on bringing a place into the 21st century when you don't have that infrastructure? Forget about Goa. Think about Bangalore and all these places, right? I'd love to see Goa become a place that everybody's happy, but it's never going to happen. All I pray in my lifetime is that people have enough brains and sense to make and keep Goa great as what it was. You're not going to turn back the time, but any kind of development, future development is well thought out, sustainable, planned out properly, and for the good of the people.
But I wanted to bring in a point because we kind of then skipped over it after we were talking about Starlink. So Rowan Kante, he had two strategic meetings with Starlink delegation on the 12th of December. And it's essentially saying the delegation had the meetings to discuss high impact digital connectivity initiatives aligned with Goa's vision of digital inclusion, innovation, and resilient infrastructure. So that's the top line of what Goa is and has for its own vision. But on the ground, we don't see that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, as a government official, you're having all these talks about step 15.
Yeah.
And you haven't properly solved step number 3 and 4.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
You're the IT minister. What are you worried about Starlink? Why don't you take care of the operators, the cable operators, the internet operators, the people that are providing the actual infrastructure and maintaining it and generating and earning and eking a living, providing these services and fix the goddamn problems rather than ask for new problems?
That has attracted business already to the
course.
state.
You're employing so many people in your state. You're generating revenue. You're creating jobs. You're doing all this. Why are you jumping to these things that are going to destroy this place? There's nothing wrong with Starlink. There's nothing wrong with any of the new technologies. Implement them. But actually, at the end of the day, your first and foremost focus for this state is the state and its people.
Yeah.
It's the residents that make this place special.
Yeah.
No.
All I'm saying is I certainly don't want to be around to see Goa turn into a Mumbai and Bangalore. So let's move on.
Because we
have
next. Come on. All right, we'll do one more comment.
All right.
Last go, dude. We're gonna end this show. It's this thing. Sky Eagle, by the way, sky.eagle. Thank you so much for your comments. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Merv Britto Show. We welcome all your comments. We appreciate you. Jan off Broadway.
Is this Jan who used to be our customer?
Don't know. These big corporate hotels don't respect nature nor life itself. How are they getting away with it?
With regards to the sewage line found in Morji.
Jan's got a very good point. These big corporate hotels don't respect nature nor life itself. How are they getting away with it? Jan, these guys are coming to Goa because they want to tap into the tourists. These are big conglomerates that have reporting through CEOs every quarter. They have to report their revenues around the world. These big conglomerate and chain hotels that come to Goa don't give a shit about Goa. They want to generate revenue. They want to be in a place where they've got a lot of tourists that are going to come and use their hotels. It is up to your politicians, the politicians that you vote into power, that make them responsible and make sure that they follow the rules and enforce the rules. If you want to come and operate in our state, take care of the state, take care of the people, pay your taxes. But those taxes, that revenue that you're generating from all these hotels has to be for the benefit of the state and its people.
Yep.
Jan off Broadway, thank you for your comment. Okay, we'll do one more.
Oh, you got one more comment?
Yes.
Carl _ Ricardo Art. There goes another beach. We lost Miramar, Donapala, Cidade de Goa, Lila, Marga, Anjuna, Mandoli. You mean Kandoli beaches to pollution. Miramar is so far the disgusting beach. Just how long before Goans start fighting back and stop being susega? Do Goans not have the balls defend their land? Mate, I love this guy. I don't know who this is. Carl Ricardo Art, I agree with you 100%. That's why I came to Goa, because I love the beach. I'm a fish. I love everything about living here in Goa. I love the beaches. I love the food. I love the people. I love the hospitality. I love the warmth. I love everything about what made this place special. I don't want to change anything about it. I don't want to change anything about it.
What?
I don't want to change anything about what makes this place special.
I don't want. What makes it special?
Yeah, I agree with you, Carl. But how the hell do you wake up our local Goinkar, Susegad, Goinkar, Falya Kori amare, Asure, are panche ki amare, teche word gal. Zatle, काय problem ना? Next वर्षा change करता.
माका कितेक पट्टा रे?
माका कितेक पट्टा? अरे पैसे दे मगा. You don't give a shit. You talk a great game, but you do zero all about it. You need these guys. You need these people. No, we're not doing anymore. These are long comments. Ajoy.
Are you just testing him? I
No,
can't believe
that's it. We're going to stop it, Carl.
Seriously.
Listen, Carl, I love you, man. I don't know who you are. I agree with you 100%. We've had some of the most beautiful beaches around, waterways, rivers. Some of the most warm going people been decided they're going to sell their property and move all over the world. And I hope you realize how lucky you were to be going and live here, and you're kicking yourself in the ass for moving. That's exactly something my family did. And I'm so happy to be back here. I'm willing to put up with everything.
You know, it's funny you just mentioned that.
We're not doing any more comments. Sorry, Baba.
Well, basically, I met somebody who is from Australia, a couple who has moved to Australia with their kids, and they actually want to move back now and stay here for a year because they find that the kids are more happier here, and they love it. So yes, you were absolutely right in saying.
Joy, I'm not an idiot. I may be a pretty face. Look at my face. I may. My parents did the best thing for us 5 kids in 1984 when they moved us to the States for education reasons. And at the end of the day, they did a good job bringing us all up to figure out and decide what we wanted to do with the rest of our lives. My 3 sisters still live in the States, and they would never move to India. And I don't blame them for it. But my brother Morris and myself decided, you know what, that's just not our lives. And we were happier being here and going. We've made that decision as adults. So parents have the task with taking care of their kids, and young people have the task of getting the exposure. Maybe you move from Goa to Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, whatever. Get that exposure and decide for yourselves. If Goa's not for you, move. There's nothing wrong with it. But what you just said, if people have lived and moved overseas and they've decided to come back, that's me. And I don't hold a grudge, and I don't hold it against anybody that wants to live in the UK, Canada, any other country in the world. Me, myself, personally, my wife and I decide that as crazy as much of a shithole as this place can be, this is still home. And this is where we want to be. And we're willing, with the right mindset, to live here and put up with all the things. And we can go anywhere in the world on vacation, but I choose to live and come back to where I'm the happiest.
So that's maybe where the hope lies for Goa. The people who have traveled abroad or gone wherever, they've expanded their horizons, and they're coming back home with all of that wealth of experience, and let's hope that they implement those ideas here in Goa that protects Goa, makes it a better place. Yeah.
Mate, you may as well move to another country. Look what's going on in Iran. Look what's going on in Greenland. Look at what's going on in all these funny countries, right?
Yeah.
Funny countries.
The funny things. I mean, the DJT is implementing in Greenland. He wants to take it over. You could live in Iran. You had these guys blocking mobile signal, jamming signals, right? These guys haven't had internet for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're blessed to live here. This is a stable country. You've got a government. You've got a massive, massive country with so many natural resources. Let them do their thing. But we're passionate. We do this show because we love this place we call home, which is where we choose to live. The grass is always going to be greener on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Merv Britto Show, and every one of us here, I hope, absolutely worships. We love this place we call home. We've been lucky enough to experience the other side of the coin, but we choose to be here now. It's what makes us happy.
So on that point,
we got to come to. Dude, I'm starving. Yes, my darling.
I've got a point to make.
Yes.
So we've been talking.
Willie's got a point in his pants. You keep flipping over these goddamn screens. Go on.
We've been talking about the youth and having them engaged and being the future. So I wanted to wish my youngest nephew, Indy, who I love to bits. It was his birthday yesterday. So
I like Indy too. I love him to bits.
Yeah. So
happy birthday, Indy.
So yeah, it was his birthday yesterday, and I actually just did a quick Google search because he's an amazing young guy, and he is working for the local MP in Hartlepool. Yeah,
in the UK.
In the UK. Cool. So he's a political staffer. So I decided to just Google him while we were sitting here, and it's basically saying he's a political staffer and advisor in the UK, known for working for the Conservative Party.
Is it?
Which is the exact opposite of the party he's actually working for, which is the Labour Party. So he's going to be mortified.
I would love to
That's
have
on
him on the
Google.
show.
He's going to be mortified.
Is that Google?
Yes.
I would love to have him on the show and get his perspective of how he compares to our politicians.
Oh,
tell you
yeah.
what.
He'd love to be on the show. He's so interesting to talk to. He's the one that went to St. Andrews. He's a history buff. He's a political buff. He is amazing to
I
talk
know you're
to.
proud of your nephew.
know,
do.
but
We all
I'm
love
just saying
Indy.
what I'm saying is the fact that I googled him and it said he worked for the Conservative Party when he works for the Labour Party.
Joanne, that's artificial intelligence.
I know.
That's like that did with the helmet earlier. You can have a helmet if you don't know how to use it. Listen, artificial intelligence and smartphones. You can give somebody a smartphone that doesn't make him smart. That's exactly why AI is not to be trusted 100%. It's a great technology and we love it. We can't live without it.
Yeah.
But if it's giving you information that's incorrect, you've got to have a brain. You've got to have the education and the brain to be able to decipher and figure that out for yourself.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for hanging out with us, for tuning in as we always do every Sunday. We do the show and it's something we really, really are passionate about. This is a labor of love and all of us on the show have very strong opinions as every one of you out there listening should have. At the end of the day, you might not agree with everything we say, but it's coming from a good place. We're proud of this place that we call home and people come from all over the world and pay money to come on vacation. We're blessed to live here and it's not perfect, but we choose to be here. We're going to have this dude. I want to get this guy, whoever this guy was. I forgot his name.
Shashank Narvekar.
Shashank is going to be on the show. When do you want to have him on the show? We should have him on the show.
We can contact him and just see when he's available as well.
We'll get him on the show. We're going to ask him some questions, and I want people to get involved because we're not affiliated with any political party, no religious affiliation, no nothing. We are people that are passionate about this place that we live. And if you're out there and you want to have some questions asked of this gentleman, please post them on our. Ajay, you decided. You're the big boss, mate. Have you decided when we're going to have him on the show? We're gonna. Can we have him next week?
We have to speak to him.
Yes,
We have to check when he's available.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll connect with him and figure it out.
Sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Willie, can you put those social media handles on one last time, my brother? These are all the social media handles for what we do. It's the Merv Britto Show on every platform, wherever you get your social media. If you like what we do and you want to support us, please leave us a like, a share. What is it? I'm just going to thumbs up. Like the show, share, subscribe, tell people about it. If you want to get in touch with us live on the air, this is an interactive show. You can call us at 750-7246-246. We'd love to hear from you. To know more about the show and watch previous episodes, our website is themervbrittoshow.com. And on that note, what do you want to say?
What, just nearly on the stroke of 8 o'clock in India.
2 hours later. We're going to end the show on that note. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in once again to the Merv Britto Show. We will be back live on the air next week, 6 p.m. My name is Merv Britto, and until next week, take care of yourselves, take care of one another. Merv Britto, out.